Eco-activist Yulia Marhel takes samples of water from the Ingulets River, which was impacted when the Kakhovka Dam was destroyed in a blast in June of this year.
The time is 11:22. Location, Snihurivka City in Ingulets River.
Ukrainian authorities blame Russia for blowing up a part of the dam. Russia denies the accusation. Still, the impact of the blast was immediate.
The wave of water from Kakhovka Dam went 200 kilometers through 80 villages and cities. The level on small rivers nearby rose. In Snihurivka, the Ingulets River is typically 60 meters wide. Back then, it was up to 1.5 kilometers.
Members of the eco-activism group Let's Do It Ukraine have already made 3 expeditions to research harm from the Kakhovka Dam's destruction. But they say the real scale of the tragedy is difficult to calculate.
We are taking water samples and looking for toxic substances. After the research, we will know the general effect on the environment, sea animals, and freshwater sources. But we need to find out what's on the other bank of the Dnipro River. This territory is occupied now by Russians.
Some water samples are frozen and will be transported to European labs for additional research. Ukrainian scientists have already found heavy metals in the water.
From an environmental point of view, these substances have exceeded the maximum permissible concentration. In addition to being toxic, they are also carcinogenic. They can accumulate in the human body and cause cancer.
According to activists at Let's Do It Ukraine, the Kakhovka Dam catastrophe is the second worst in Europe after the 1986 accident at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. The office of the Ukrainian prosecutor-general calls the dam's destruction ecocide.
According to our national legislation, ecocide is defined as the mass destruction of flora and fauna, air and water pollution that can lead to an ecological disaster. Harm to the environment has no borders, no citizenship, no nationality. Incidents such as the Kakhovka Dam attack have a cross-border nature.
Ukraine is one of the first countries in the world to make ecocide a crime. The country is also working with worldwide eco-organizations to make ecocide an international crime.
We push for an international crime because that is where the International Criminal Court is, where there is no immunity, even for the top leaders. And also because there's a level of coherence achievable that way, and a way of people taking it seriously, because that is, of course, where the worst crimes are considered.
$56 billion is the preliminary cost of environmental damage caused by the war in Ukraine. And as activists point out, ecology is not like a house or city. It cannot be rebuilt in a year or two. Lesia Bakalets, VOA News.